Hello everybody, welcome to a Garden of Banban lore video. I already did Garden of Banban 1 and this is Garden of Banban 1, but I'm redoing it. Think of this lore video as a remaster. So, what is Garden of Banban about? Glad you asked. Enter Banban's kindergarten and you're sure to make some friends. Explore the mysterious establishment and don't lose your life and sanity. Uncover the horrifying truth behind the place. But be careful, as you are far from alone. Alright, let's dive in. We're gonna start from the start of the game to the finish. We're gonna explain the documents near the end, or actually, we're gonna explain the documents while we're going. I did do Garden of Banban 0, and after this video, I'm doing Garden of Banban 2. But I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so we start off in the security room. So far nothing's wrong with it. This is 11 a.m. and the bottom right corner, the green clock, that's Jumbo Josh, if you guys are wondering. So far nothing's wrong with it. 11 a.m. was fine. You know, the chair is a little bit moved, but you know, that's all. Now at 12 p.m. we see something in the middle left. There's a hammer and planks, like the security guard probably saw something on the cameras and wants to board it up. Maybe a creature of some sort or something bad happened. Hint, hint. Alright. Now at 1 p.m. we see the planks and hammer gone. Likely the security guard took it. And as you can see, the doors are open and we see the picture of Captain Fiddle. That's his name if you guys are wondering. So the security guard left the security room to board up something. We don't know what it is yet. Okay, so at 2 p.m., what we see now is the bloodstain on Captain and a note on the first or near the first computer. The security guard left a note. And by the looks of it, the chair got moved a little bit. I'm gonna guess in the at 11 a.m., 12 p.m., and 1 p.m., that guy was just sitting there with the hammer and planks, placed it right there, was like, I want to see what's gonna happen. And then at 2 p.m., the chair moved, so he finally started moving and got injured. Alright, now the lights are out, you know. It's 3 p.m, the note's still there, nobody has read it yet. Or maybe the note was left there for someone else along the way to read it. Maybe something very bad has happened. So, you know, maybe it's for the next person that comes into this kindergarten. And the chair's still there, note's still there, all the lights were turned off, that's the only difference. It's 3 p.m. Alright, so we start off in Banban's kindergarten. In the front entrance, there's no receptionist or nothing. We get a blue key card to go into the electricity room, if I'm gonna call it. Or storage room. Let's just say call it a storage room. And we get a remote, which we cannot use until we get 2 batteries. Alright, we go into the electricity room like we did, and we find a note. Dear Mommy, I'm hiding in a room, but I have to fight the monster. It is the only chance to make Claire like me. Me, monster, and Claire. The monster looks like a bird-like creature. Yeah, it looks like a Pila bird. Even though a Pila bird, you know. Yeah, so we find the 2 batteries in the cafeteria. We get the achievement first steps, and we see the drone coming out very, very slowly, you know, trying to have a cool entrance, you know. So our goal right now as a parent is to find our child in this kindergarten. And, you know, we can't go into the creative area, I mean, until we hit these 2 buttons that are, for some odd reason, on top of the door. Like, there's no key card or anything. So we have to, like, always use the drone to get into the facility, I guess. That's why every single person has a drone. To get in there and to get into the room. We open the 2 doors and we see this pink-like bird creature just staring back at us. Look at him. And then he fades into the darkness. So where are we going into? Well, let's get our key card. And we are entering the playground where the kids have fun and everything, and the birds acting like we didn't see them. Yeah, bro, we saw you. That guy literally just ran back to that spot. He was peeking and looking around the corner, acting like we didn't see him. But we are, inspecting the bird, and we see some handprints, like children were touching on it. The Opila's bird mission. Opila bird is unbelievably hungry. Feed it 6 eggs to get the prize. So we start finding the 6 eggs. Can you believe that bird trying to act like we didn't see it? Come on, bro. As we're looking for the eggs, we find a note on a bench. I'm gonna call it a wood bench. We found a bring a friend day stickers. Caution, peel slowly. Likely, you know, there's multiple kids in the kindergarten. Of course, it's a kindergarten, so it's a sticker for bringing a friend. So after we feed him the 6 eggs, he'll give us our prize. A yellow key card. He's probably using his tongue to get that thing out or something. I don't know. But yeah, a yellow key card. After we get the yellow key card, we swipe it to activate a red button that's in the naughty corner for some odd reason. We use the drone to break the glass. We can't directly, you know, make him touch the glass, so we have to misguide him to hit the glass, you could say. After we hit the button, a door opens, or a closet door opens. And on the board, someone wrote the end is here. I don't know who wrote it, but teacher, probably the security guard, don't know who. But we get the hammer that the security guard person used. You can see it on the 12 p.m. And we got a note. It says distraction at 1. So that means... So at 1 p.m., the security guard left and took the planks and hammer, which we can see near the Opila bird. The planks were there and the hammer was used. But the real question is, why is the hammer in the closet or locker or behind the door? I'm not sure what that little space is. But as you can see, we find the hammer in this. So that means someone put the hammer there. I don't know who did. Maybe... I can't really explain that part. I don't know who placed the hammer there. Maybe the security guard or the teacher. But the distraction was at 1, so the teacher was plotting. But let's continue. We see a mascot of the kindergarten. Banban says, sharing is caring, your pancreasis is mine. Alright, so pancreasis basically mean, you know, our organs are inside, you know, that's what pancreasis is. So now we go back to the Opila bird. As you can see, the planks were used here. Even though these planks were poorly placed. If we look on the wall, we see the Opila's bird's footprints. So he can climb up walls or something. I guess he's able to, yeah, basically climb up walls. I mean, that's proof enough, you know. You can see his blood prints or his, I don't know, like if he had paint under there or not. But we can see the Opila's bird picture. Opila bird says, laughter is the best medicine, so make sure to smile. If I read that correctly, let me see. Move a little bit, yep, to make sure to smile, yep. We make it across and we gotta solve a little bit of a puzzle. So Banban is red, Bambalina is white, Jumbo Josh is green, Opila bird is pink, Captain Fiddle is blue, and Stingerflint is orange. Well, you know, if you're watching this video, you should have already played the game or, I don't know, seen it. Or you're maybe just here trying to listen to something while you're playing or doing something. I don't know, but yeah. We had to solve this puzzle real quick. Alright, once we solve the color puzzle of what was my color, a door opens. And we see a note on the ground. It reads, I alone. I want to play with the whole bird, but everyone left me. Everyone have party without me. Miss Mason see me, but go. I'm scared because whole is loud, and my friends screaming it, but bird is funny. So to say, the kid was left alone, then the kid was with the kids or with the group of kids, and Miss Mason saw him but decided to say, hey, he's not worth my time, sacrifices need to be made. By the way, that's a terrible teacher. All right, and they were in the hole, they were screaming in it, but the bird is funny. So the bird wasn't harming the kids at all. They were just by the note, yeah, the note was not harming the kids at all. So, and for some odd reason, there's an egg right here, a little bit of a secret to learn some lore of it. You know, we have to jump on top, and since we grabbed the egg, we have to go back to the Opila bird and feed it to him. We feed Opila bird the egg, and she gives us a purple key card. So we go to swipe the purple key card, but before we go, we find two mascots. Bambolina says kindness is free, so sprinkle it everywhere. Then we find another mascot, Captain Fiddle, Ooga Booga Booga Ooga. So we use the captain, or sorry, sorry. We used the purple key card where we got from the Opila bird, and this is the security room where we saw during the clock, and we find the note. Boarding pass, Waverly Mason, Class E, Montreal MTL D3, Mitchard MD 2310-2016. So this Miss Mason, right? Mason was the teacher probably teaching these kids. From the last note, we read that the kid saw Miss Mason, but Miss Mason said, "You ain't worth the trouble. You are on your own. You got it. Survival of the fittest," basically, she said. So Miss Mason left the kids with the Opila bird, but the Opila bird didn't seem to harm them because if the Opila bird was harming them, that kid would not have time to write the note. So Miss Mason likely had a accomplice as well. Now you might ask, why are you saying that she has an accomplice? Why would she write distraction at 1 p.m.? Like, no one's gonna write that, bro. No one's gonna be like, all right, note to self, distraction at 1. No one's ever gonna find out about this. Of course someone's gonna find out about it, probably. Or she was the only teacher, but there was a security person as well, so yeah. So yeah, that was her plan. Miss Mason had a flight, and, and she released the Opila bird. Likely. I mean, if you think about it, that would be the reason why there was a distraction at 1. And the security guard was, worried about that. So we go back to the door that we unlocked with the coloring, and we see Opila bird cruising by over here. Probably came here to say hi, or maybe came here to kill us. We don't know. Birds can be friendly. We can't judge by color nowadays. So Opila bird says hi real quick. He's coming over. I don't know how he's able to float on the sea, but he has floating powers. It works. Opila bird starts to just eye us down, we look like a snack to him, and for some odd reason, a convenient red button lights up. Wow, it seems like the game designed this for some odd reason, just for this moment. The guy was supposed to have a drone just for this exact moment. So we hit the button, and this, I don't know what to call it, and I fall. Oh, you know what? Alright, so a bridge comes by once we hit the button, and we run on it to escape the Opila bird, and we click the emergency button to drop the bridge, so Opila bird be breaking his neck and falling down. We escape Opila bird for now, but likely Opila bird's alive. Likely, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, he's able to climb on a wall, so she's probably safe. I think I said he. That's my bad. It's a she. My bad. So we go back to the cafeteria room for some reason. We don't know why, we don't know why. But someone left us a gift, a present for you. I am going to allow y'all to listen to it, so I'm going to be quiet. We're going to put the tape in and hear it. So far, what we can hear from the tape is kids screaming, a lot of metal janking, like sounds like metal's being hit around, shaking around. Kids are likely, as you can hear, kids were screaming. So likely the kids were in the so-called metal, and something was crashing, crashing, hitting. Don't know what happened to the kids, but we're gonna figure that out. The kids are probably in danger, or maybe they're kind of dead. You know what I mean? But we're gonna figure that out. Alright guys, now let's look at the other mascots I didn't have a chance to show later. Stinger Flynn says, having many arms allow me to help a lot more people. So this is Stinger Flynn, a future antagonist that we're gonna see later. But yeah, this is Stinger Flynn. Now, the other mascot, Jumbo Josh, says, eat vegetables and fruits to become strong like me. He's a mascot, you know, for this place, establishment. So we can see Jumbo Josh, Bambalina, Banban, Opila Bird, Captain Fiddle, and Stinger Flynn. That's all the characters. Now, you might be asking, who was the person that left the tape? Well, I would say his name, but you know, this is for the Garten of Banban 1 video, so let's, you know, it's this lore video. He's not in this game. He's in the other game. So I will explain who did that at the end of the video and do a recap because, you know, my wording's a little bit off, you know. And we find another note. Alright guys, this might mess you up a little bit, but I'm gonna try my best to explain this to you. So the note that we just got was the boarding pass. Uthman Adam, another passport. Or another, you know, ticket to go on a plane. You know what I mean. So, as you can see, same time, same date, same location, and same seat row. So both of these people planned the distraction at 1 p.m. The security guard was not in on it. He didn't know about the distraction. But at 12 p.m., the notes and planks are gone. I'm not showing it up here, but at 12, the planks were there. So likely the security guard was sitting in the seat and saw something coming from the ball pit. So he grabbed the planks and the hammer to block the ball pit. As you can see, both the planks are still there. So likely he didn't have time to fully barricade the ball pit since he got injured. As you can see at 2 p.m. It's not up here, but he did get injured at 2 p.m. And now you might be asking, why was he blocking the ball pit from Opila Bird? But that doesn't make sense. Now let me explain how it makes sense. Opila Bird came from the ball pit by the footmarks. As you can see, these are bird footmark from the Opila Bird. So he came from the abyss. I don't know what's down there, but he came from down there. So the distraction at 1 was from Uthman Adam and Waverly Mason calling or commanding the Opila Bird to come up here with the kids. And now Opila Bird wasn't there to harm the kids at all. But he did harm the security guard, probably because the security guard was trying to harm him and he attacked the back, but he wasn't trying to attack the kids. Likely the security guard got in, not likely, but the guard did get injured from the Opila Bird and he tried to run away. At 2 p.m. you can see his blood on the wall. But at the same time, Waverly Mason for some odd reason left a note in the security room. I hope that explained what is going on so far. So these two was the one that caused the distraction at 1. Damn, I am stuttering, you know? Alright. Alright, so we find a orange keycard swiper under the desk. That activates a red button that we hit from the drone, or we hit with the drone. And once we hit it, it activates another keycard swiper. And as you can see, the floor was a little bit of an elevator, a secret container. I don't know what this machine is called. I think it's called a crane. No, not a crane. What is it called? High-rise build. I mean, it looks like a high-rise building maintenance thing. You know, like the things that clean the windows. I'm gonna just call it a elevator by the looks of it. I mean, it looks like an elevator. So an elevator comes up, you know, it looks beat up. That sounds familiar. It looks a little bit like metal, you know, hint, hint, audio recording, audio. I'm just saying, you know, I wonder what it could be, you know. Type it like in the comments, you know. Who knows, you know, I'm just saying. It could be something, you know. If you guys don't figured it out, it's from the audio from the tape. This is the same crane the kids was on. I can't explain it in full detail, but I will explain it at the end, the whole story of Garten of Banban and how other games connect to this one. So as you can see, we see a green arm coming up, and guess who it is? Jumbo Josh, and he has blood on his left hand, or it's paint. We don't know, but he drags us down into the abyss. I like the fact that the achievement popped up. I was just saying that just to say that too. Ooh. Ooh, that sounded fire too. But yeah, Jumbo Josh took us to into the abyss, and that was the end of the game. Alright guys, that's the end of the game. Now I'm going to explain who left the cassette, what happened to the kids, and what happened to Opila Bird. Of course the bird fell, but I couldn't explain it in full detail because most of the game content wasn't in this Garten of Banban first game, so I'm going to explain it right now. Alright guys, now I'm going to explain some spoilers of Garten of Banban 2 that connects to Garten of Banban 1. Don't get me wrong, every game connects, but since, the game doesn't, or the first game doesn't explain some of the connections, but some of the connections in the first game connect to the second game and other games as well. So, who was the one that placed this cassette tape here? The person that placed it here was Banban, the red, the mascot. And now some of y'all might be asking that already knows the lore or maybe has some information, right? In the Garten of Banban 2, Banban says that he's locked in a room that has access to security cameras, and that sparked something in my mind, of course, okay, so that means Banban from the start already saw us enter the kindergarten and saw what we were trying to do. Come to save our kid or get our kid from the from the kindergarten. And I'm going to explain Opila Bird as well, so don't worry, but first we're gonna explain the cassette tape. Why is it here? But some of y'all know already, Banban had a plan already and trying to use us for his plan, and I'm gonna let this play out so y'all can see what I'm talking about.
Hey, you there. I can see you on the cameras. I am so happy to see you, and I need your help with something. Wait, can you even hear me? Hello? Listen, if you can hear what I'm saying, wave at any camera. Oh, thank God. I'm so glad you're here. I thought this was the end. I was looking around and walked into the security room. Then the door closed behind me and I've been stuck inside since. It needs a light blue key card to open, but I don't have it. I know why you're here and I can help you, but you've got to get me out of here. If I recall correctly, only maintenance workers held the light blue key card. So you're gonna have to go down to the maintenance room and look there. Three birds with one stone. I get all of your key cards, I get the perfect specimen, and I don't have to deal with that thing down there. And it's all thanks to you. Oh, come on. I didn't hit you that hard. Or maybe I did. Either way, it's best you take a nap while I prepare for our little surgery.
Alright, now let's go to Opila Bird now. But, my bad. I explained Banban and his motives. He was likely to get our key cards and use us for his so-called plan, or whatever his plan is. I could go into depth, but we're gonna explain that in Garten of Banban 2. I'm just explaining some of the things that are unexplained in this game. I might do a full-on explanation about every Garten of Banban game in one video. I'm gonna make sure that is under like an hour or maybe 30 minutes. I'm gonna try to explain it as quick as possible if I do a review on all the games in one video. But yeah, so far, as you can see, Banban was the one that placed a cassette tape here. Banban saw us from the very beginning from the cameras, likely, since there's cameras all over the facility. So that's how he probably knew that we were here. And when we were dealing with Opila Bird, he probably left it there and probably went down to the abyss or wherever he went. Probably he went towards the elevator and it probably closed off. Not too sure. But now let's go explain Opila Bird and what she was doing. Alright guys, I'm going to explain the kids and Opila Bird and Jumbo Josh. Or gonna minorly, explain it. So Opila Bird was not there to harm the kids. He is a non-aggressive towards kids. So he's basically a saint towards kids. He's a good guy towards kids. And thing is, Opila Bird was probably trying to lead the kids. As you can see on the note though, it says, "I'm scared because Ho is loud and my friends screaming it, but Bird is funny." So basically, when we were going to the abyss, Jumbo Josh took us down, the elevator, but Opila Bird was on the elevator as well. And if you look back, the elevator seemed damaged. That's because Jumbo Josh was, banging on it. I don't know, pushing it. Since Jumbo Josh isn't the smartest guy, he's basically all bronze and that's it. He cares only about vegetables, really. But yeah, basically Opila Bird took the kids to the abyss. Don't know where she took them. But later on, the kids are not with her no more. Likely, Stinger Flynn did something about it, but Jumbo Josh was the person that was damaging up the crane, or damaging up the elevator. So yeah, but later on, the Banban was helping likely Opila Bird as well, but the kids got taken by Stinger Flynn. So yeah. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me or did my best to explain Garten of Banban 1 to y'all. I'm going to explain the other games as well and the characters. But so far, I do stutter and I do sometimes mess up on my words. Sometimes I can't even pronounce words correctly, so that's the reason why I kind of fill in the words with other words since I can't say it correctly, or it's gonna take me a while to say it properly. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I wasn't terrible to you. I hope that I explained it correctly or straight. I mean, I do my own research and read the notes and documents and do this in advance. But I'm not. Thing is, I'm not doing this with a script. I'm just going along with it. I'm just making sure this goes here, this goes there. Most lore videos aren't this long, but I just wanted to explain everything to make sure y'all understand. Most lore videos so far don't really explain the minor details of the game, but sometimes this channel might, or not. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe or comment at least. Like and subscribe and comment. That would help boost this video to other channels. And I did do a lore video about Garten of Banban, this one, but think of this as a remaster of that. And I did do Garten of Banban 0. It's already the project is ready. I'm just doing Garten of Banban 2, 3, and the other ones. So, but yeah, I'm gonna, after you see this video, tomorrow might be Garten of Banban 2 lore video as well. So I plan on making sure every day, either this week or next week, I don't know. Whenever you see this video, it's gonna be a full-on continuation of Garten of Banban lore videos. But I hope you guys like and subscribe. Hope you guys have a good day and night. You guys are the best. Bye bye.